Okay, so good morning, everybody. My name is Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at CSL Redlands. And we invite you to join us in our meditation portion of today's service. So wherever you are, I invite you to become comfortable in your chair or on the couch. Be mindful of your posture and your breathing. And let's take some slow and easy, deliberate breaths in and out. And as we do that, we're bringing our awareness and attention to this very present moment. So let's just exhale first anything and everything that's preceded this moment in time. And as we breathe in the divine breath, however that looks like or feels like for you. A full, easy, gentle, divine breath. Breathe that in. And with our exhale, we exhale out anything and everything, whether we're aware or unaware. Just breathing it out, anything that no longer serves us, letting it go with something as easy as an exhale. Anything that does not match the divine breath, we release. And inviting you to inhale in another divine breath. Let it fill you, surround you, and dwell you for your highest and best good. And with our exhale, we surrender and willingly release anything and everything that no longer serves us for our highest and best good. We surrender that now. Just back to the ethers, back to the nothingness from where it came. We don't even have to be aware of it. Anything of a low frequency, any unhealthy thoughts or ideas, just release with our exhale. And we inhale in perfect divine breath now. Just let that breath sustain and maintain you. As Spirit made you perfect, whole, and complete, and sees you that way only. And inviting you now just to return to your normal breathing pattern. As we are reminded that this power and this presence, this love, this grace, this joy, this effervescence, this energy, this fuel that fuels each of us individually and all of us collectively. It's here and now in this place, it's in this space, it's in me, it's in you. And it's from this place of unity and oneness that we consecrate this time of meditation and silence to the remembering of the I am that I am. Perfectly made, perfectly maintained, perfectly sustained, perfectly supported, divinely supplied. And however that looks for you, let's rest in the arms of the divine right here and right now. Just like a charging station or a way station, inviting you to consciously plug into this source energy for your highest and best good. Just see how that looks for you. It could be an actual charging station that you see, and just see yourself now with the green light on, and check. What percent are you? Are you 17%, 97%, or already 100%? And whatever percent you see, allow for Spirit to envelop, heal, transform, and reveal what's most needed right here and right now to become fully charged. No judgment. Spirit always awaits our willingness to surrender. So we're on the charging station for our highest and best good now, willing to receive. And just allow whatever happens for your highest and best good to have its full sway in, through, and as your very life, right here, right now, through every fiber, atom, molecule, and cell of your entire beingness. We trust in this charging station, having complete faith in this divine energy, knowing that the universe always makes a way. Here and now, we remain steadfast. And as you continue to breathe, we are reminded we're on the charging station now for our highest and best good. Seeing the light to green, willing to allow for our greatest and highest transformation, revelation, manifestation, and demonstration. We surrender in full faith as we allow universal good to pulse through every part of our beingness. willingly allow for yourself to be revitalized, refreshed, fully restored, perfect, whole, complete. Each exhale releasing anything and everything that no longer serves you. And each inhale a divine breath of perfection. So now inviting you to be mindful of your breathing. Feel the breath come on in and out of the lungs, the nostrils, the mouth. Bringing your attention and awareness with each breath back to this very moment in time. Bringing all of you back. Allow for the heart space to fill with gratitude. Gratitude for your very breath. And gratitude for our very lives. And as you come back all the way, you may want to move your feet around on the ground, being certain you can feel the ground support you. You may want to tap or wiggle your toes, becoming fully grounded and aware. You may want to just tap the fingertips together. And in your own time and in your own pace, just gently allow, with this feeling tone of gratitude, to allow for the outer eyes to open easily and effortlessly. And we just consecrate this time of healing and transformation, knowing that anyone and everyone who enters the sanctuary door feels what you have done in this space and in this time. And for that, I'm so deeply grateful and very thankful. This concludes our meditation. Namaste.
Got a new band member. Look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
God loves you and I love you too.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together,
We come together,
come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together in the name of love.
we come together,
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 we come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together,
Come together,
come together,
come together,
we come together
come together
in the name of love. We come together, come together, come together. We come together in the name of love.
From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite,
In honor of the love in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Come together,
come together,
we come together, we come together.
come together,
In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Welcome. I think Richard's up. Okay. Oh, heads up. Podium.
Okay, well, I'm not Richard, but I'm Ed. So, thank you, Dream Band, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center of Spiritual Living Redlands. My name is Ed Torres, and I am a board member and a past president of the Board of Trustees. Our center is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity in its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you are here for the first time, please raise your hand so we may greet you. Welcome. We have a little something for you, but thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you with us for our service today, and we are grateful for your presence. Welcome, enjoy the service, and now our centering music with Gilman and the Dream Band. Thank you.
Well, one of us anyway. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
And so inviting each of us and all of us individually and collectively to take that divine breath right here and right now as we too go deeper. Breathe it in, we breathe in the divine breath, and we exhale out anything and everything that does not match that perfect divine breath. Just let it go. We don't have to be aware of it. It can be an unconscious thing or thought that no longer serves us. If it's no longer for our highest and best good, I invite you to surrender that here and now in this place and time. Just do that with your willingness, with your exhale. And as we breathe in the divine and perfect breath, we know it is indeed this source and supply, this universal intelligence, this love, this grace. Call it whatever you wish. You can call it God, Spirit, whatever it is that works with you for your highest and best good for your soul, to remember the I am that I am, which is already perfect, whole, and complete, and it's one with this power and presence, this omnipresence. So it is from this place of unity and oneness that I speak a word of blessing for this service. I know that it continues to unfold with ease and grace, with joy, with a sense of play and surrender, with a sense and a purpose for healing and transformation, for revelation, for demonstration, for that which you came here to find this day, for it is yours simply by your willingness to surrender to it. Whether it's perfect health and wholeness, whether it's divine right employment, whether it's divine right housing, whether it's perfect family relationships, this is the time of Festival of Lights, where indeed it's part of Hanukkah as well. And so we surrender to this light intelligence that always knows what is needed for our soul's perfect evolution at this very moment in time. If you believe that, then you build faith, and it allows for manifestation to come to you quickly and effortlessly. So if you believe, just say, I believe, and I declare that my highest and best good is here and now in this place and in this space, right here and right now. And so I bless the Dream Band. I bless our spiritual leader and senior minister, Reverend Carrie, as she is powered this day by the divine. And the words that need to be heard are heard, that the intelligence that is for universal good and affirmatory speak through her with ease and with effort. We bless in our hearts now anybody and everybody we hold in prayer. Just think of these individuals now. Anybody who's called our prayer ministry. Just think of those people. If you want to speak the names out loud, speak your own name and their names. I know that Spirit knows to make a way where we and the human may not be able to see a way, for there's always divine right action. The universe knows how to make order out of what appears in the human as chaos, and I call it forth. I call it forth worldwide and globally right here and right now. So wherever there is a need for food and supplies and medical supplies, let that be reached to those places. Wherever there are ideas of war or violence, let there be peace and neutrality instead. I invite you now to see that in your mind's eye with me. For the intention of CSL globally is to provide a world that works for everyone. It's very important that as light holders, you see and affirm this on a daily basis with each breath. Let's insist that this is true and so. And so matter at times when our hearts may be broken, we can always know this truth and rely on it, and no words are necessary. No words are necessary. So I invite you now just to allow for your heart space to fill with gratitude. Gratitude for your very breath, gratitude for your presence here in the sanctuary space, gratitude for those who are watching online and remotely. Just breathe it in. The day is glorious. I affirm and declare these words to the law of life. I know indeed they are fulfilled right here and right now, simply by that declaration and affirmation. I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is. Okay, so I'm going to light a bunch of candles below, and I wasn't sure. I'm going to tell you why on some of them. The holidays are, and also what's happening in the world is, wow, right? It's a call for light and concentration. And so I was very affected and moved by another high school shooting. Some people don't watch the news, some people watch the news. And so I'm going to light a candle in remembrance of Tate Meyer, who's 16, Madison Baldwin at 17, Hannah St. Juliana at 14, Justin Schilling, who passed at 17. Leaving 6 more students injured, a 15-year-old who was shot in the head, a 17-year-old who was shot in the chest, a 14-year-old who was shot in the chest and neck, and a 47-year-old teacher who was grazed in the shoulder, with 28 other school shootings just this year. And then I'll light a candle for prayers that were not spoken out loud, but are always answered. I'm going to light a candle for the fact that in the human, we pretty much in the last couple of years became okay with 1,000 or 1,200 people dying every day. We just move on. I'm not judging anything. I'm just throwing out what I want to throw out, if that's okay with you guys. We just seem to, imagine if from Sunday to Sunday, if we try to light a candle for each of those 1,000 or 1,200 people, how many would that be in a week? Over 7,000 candles, 8,000. I know it's part of survival. I'm not sure it's very healthy for a world that works for everyone. And then some of us have lost people, so during the holidays we remember that the empty chair, or our precious Dottie who made her transition after 13 years of being with Reverend Carrie and her family, and Ed's sisters, Tucker's fur babies, right? So I just want us to light the candles, if that's okay with you guys, and then I'll do the reading. In fact, Reverend Carrie, are you okay to light the candle? I'll do the reading. I went off script, and Reverend Carrie, thank you for allowing that. I just don't think we should become numb to anything. I think we should pay attention to everything. So the reading comes from Reverend Frankie Timmers in Morristown, New Jersey. Surrender is an active verb and requires a conscious choice to move from control into relaxing, into the order of the divine. We surrender not into chaos, but into order. Surrendering further, we let go of all sense of separation and enter into a state of conscious union with the divine. In the Hanukkah story, the oil lasted 8 days after the Jewish people rebuilding their temple accepted that would only last for one, but it lit the lamp anyway. Rather than try to stretch the oil or otherwise impose their will, they let go into the reality of the situation and miraculously found they had all they needed.
Thank you, Brother Mark. We're going to do a song here that was written by our own Al Yankee on keyboards.
It's about surrender. It's about exactly what Mark
We should
was
be
just
doing
reading.
Light My Fire, I think, right now. But we'll do this
We could
instead.
do that.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Well, of course, that song's about what you know would be untrue. And this is about what we find to be true when we let go, just as exactly what Mark was just reading. What do we need to know? Who'll show us where to go? There is no need to know. We don't need to know. No need to know. What do we need to be? Who knows our destiny? There is no need to be. Don't need to be. No need to be. Right now's the time. Right here's the place for us to find a state of grace and all the peace there is in letting go. What do we need to hear? now's the time. Right is the place for us to find a state of grace. Right now's the time. Right is the place for all to find a state of grace. Right now's the time. Right is the place for me to find a state of grace and all the peace there is in letting go. What do we need to say? Who'll teach us how to pray? Each thing we say, we pray. What we say, we pray. What we say, we pray. Anytime, anywhere. What we say is a prayer.
Oh, Yankee. And here's Reverend Carrie.
Microphone. Oh, there I am. All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's so good to be here with all of you this morning. And thank you to Gilman, to Al, and to Joe. Tony. I knew that. I was just testing you. Okay. I so appreciate all of you. And thank you, Mark, for that beautiful opening prayer. Wow, this is a good day. Today we are beginning the December theme. I can't even believe it's December, but we're beginning the December theme of Journey of Becoming. And today we're going to talk about surrender and how surrender is actually an action that we can take in order to move ourselves forward in life. We are in the season of light, and I find it so interesting that in December it can be so dark and so early. 5:30, it feels like 10 o'clock, you know? It's a darkness that we're in, but that's a good thing because from that darkness comes the light, you see. And we're in the season of another solstice. It's a pause between the dwindling light and the lingering days, the lengthening days. And it's a time to sit and be with ourselves right where we are, listening to that still small voice within us that speaks to us, and it is giving us direction as we move forward. Now, this still small voice is the divine within us. Each one of us has that presence of the divine within us. We could actually go into our home or wherever there is a mirror and look into it and say, "Hello, divine. Hi, God." Yeah, we're it, folks. We are that creative presence that is the divine. Oh. And so, as we are moving through this time of surrender and seeing all the beautiful lights of this holiday season, this is the time for us to practice the presence of the divine. Now, how do we do that exactly? There's a story of Brother Lawrence, who was a monk, and he wrote a little book, and in the book he described how he loved to do the dishes in the monastery, and oftentimes he enjoyed washing the pots and pans. And you can only imagine how many pots and pans there were there, but he enjoyed that because that was his time of really practicing the presence. So as he was doing that task, he was turning within to really see the divine within every person in the monastery, within every act that was taken care of there, within every breath of air. He was a wonderful teacher in practicing the presence of the divine, of God. And so we get to do that. That's going to be our spiritual practice or homework for this week, to actually practice the presence of God and really see the divine in everything. Now, I know that the things that are happening in the world, the shootings, not only just at that school, but in other places, there is such violence going on, and it's really heartbreaking to watch all of that occur and to see the faces of all of those people who had lives before them, who are now moving in a different direction. I like to say that they are now in the next dimension, or on the third balcony, just watching everything happen, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been there yet. But what I do know is that when I see all of that, it's my opportunity, and it's yours, to practice the idea that within all of these people, even the ones who are taking lives, even the ones who are making choices that none of us in this room would make, we are called to practice seeing the presence of God within each individual, especially that young man in the recent school shooting, let's say, or in any other thing that you can imagine. There's so much going on. It's kind of overwhelming, don't you think? It is kind of overwhelming, but if we allow ourselves to take time to see the presence of the divine out picturing in everything that's happening, then we know that there is something unfolding that is for humanity's best and highest good, for our best and highest good. It's difficult to sometimes see that when someone says something to you that maybe raises your level of pissosity, let's say. And so when that happens, it's important for us to remember, oh yes, I can practice the presence here and see the divine in that person. Maybe see the divine in myself. Surrender. Surrendering to that, surrendering to anything, kind of sounds like we're giving up. I was speaking to a lady some years ago about the word surrender, and she said, it feels like when we say surrender, it feels like we're talking about giving up. That's not it at all. What we're talking about is releasing our hold or our control, releasing our control of a situation. We might want to be that person that controls everything in everyone's life. Do you know anyone like that? No. Of course not. None of us are like that. And the thing is, when we release control, when we release and let go, and let Spirit work through us and them, what happens is we become more in a state of, we find ourselves in a state of relaxation, in a state of love, in a state of knowing the truth that each person on this planet is here to do their sacred work, to bring life to their soul, and that's true for us as well. And when we let go of trying to control everyone around us, it is so freeing. And letting go is the surrender. I've been thinking about this all morning. I have to tell you of a story that my mom, in 2010, she made her transition. And my mom she had a sense of humor. I mean, we walked into a very large church one Sunday morning, and there were like 4 sections of seats in the sanctuary. And the usher stepped up to us and said, "Where would you like to sit, ladies?" And my mother said, "Non-smoking, please." And that was back in the day when the restaurants were divided, smoking and non-smoking. But this was the kind of humor that she had. On the day that she passed, that morning, she wanted to take a bath. And so my daughter and I got her into the bathtub, and she took a bath, and then she was ready to get out. And so my daughter and I, we were helping her to her bed, but her little legs were so weak that it was hard for her to stand. And as I was standing in front of her, holding her like this, and my daughter was behind her holding her, and my mother stopped. We couldn't get her to move. And I said, "Are you okay, Mom?" And she looked at me and she said, "How long does it take for a person to make their transition?" And I didn't want to laugh because it was kind of a serious question, but I couldn't help it because I have no idea, Mom. But let's get you into bed. You see, she was holding on to the idea that she wanted to make her transition. She wanted to move out of her physical body and into the next dimension. She wanted that so much, and she kept holding on to it. Well, we got her into bed and got her comfortable and made sure she had everything she wanted. And then she began to relax. She began to let go. And within a couple of hours, she had made her transition. And it was very peaceful and very beautiful. And you see, when her whole wanting to control that situation was keeping her from doing what she wanted to do. And I think many times when we have a loved one who is hanging on, I just wonder if they're trying to control something in their life, if they're taking that last chance to control it. And I wouldn't blame them, my goodness. But it's interesting to see that when we surrender, when we allow ourselves to let go, we can embrace the essence of spirit that is the truth of who we are. We can embrace and know and feel that essence of the divine that is within us. It's a light that is in us. And when that light shines, it not only shines for us, but it shines for the people that we come in contact with. We help them shine their light. And if we try not to control them, perhaps that light can shine brighter more quickly. So it's important for us to just remember to practice the presence, to know that we are the presence of the divine. And that person standing in front of us is the presence of the divine. And if each person on this planet treated every other person like that, what kind of a world would we have? Oh my goodness. And when we let go like that, we let God in, sort of. We kind of let God into our essence and our aura and our energy field. And when we do that, That allows us to express God even more fully than we've ever expressed God before. You see, that's why we're here. We're here to express the infinite. Yes? Okay, good. Somebody agreed with me. That's good. Okay, so when we express the infinite, what we're doing is giving a voice to that divine presence that is with us all the time. Wow. And when we surrender, we are allowing ourselves to just release and let go and let God within us do the work. There's a song like that. So this is our work for this week. Our spiritual practice will be to practice the presence. Just imagine doing your dishes like Brother Lawrence and blessing the dishes and blessing the people who ate from them. Just imagine doing some other small task and blessing everything about it, being grateful for every aspect of it because it's a part of your life and you're a part of it. So that's all we have to do this week. All we have to do this week. Yeah, so, and the one other thing that I wanted to express to you is that when we find ourselves in those difficult places, and we all have them from time to time, when we find ourselves in a difficult spot where we have to make a difficult decision, or maybe a loved one has passed, or maybe something has unfolded in our life that is really a challenge for us, and it won't leave our mind. Have you ever had that happen? It just won't let you go. And here's what we can do. We can practice the presence by thinking about God instead. Think about the divine. Think about love instead. Think about joy instead of the problem. Because a problem has never been solved from the level of the problem. It is solved from a higher consciousness. So this is part of our practice in practicing the presence this week. You can lay down all of your burdens, your challenges, anything. You can just lay it down, let it lay there for a while. Give it time to marinate in that love that is God. And then you can pick it up later if you want. So our affirmation for this week is going to be this: I lay all burdens on the altar of divine love. Let's change that just a little. I lay all my burdens on the altar of divine love. Let's say that all together. I lay all my burdens on the altar of divine love. I lay all my burdens on the altar of divine love. I practice the presence. And so it is. Namaste. Yeah.
This is an old Quaker hymn. It's often done very solemnly and reverently, but I threw all that out the window. And I tried to think about, now how would Miami Sound Machine do this?
Okay.
or maybe anybody remember Michael Shreve? He was a drummer for Santana. Anyway, so we're just going to pick it up a little bit. It's a song of surrender and celebration. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. My life goes on in endless song of lovers' lamentations. I hear the real though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear its music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? Although the tempest loudly roars, I hear the truth that liveth. And though the darkness around me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing when tyrants tremble in their fear and hear their death knell ringing? When friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? In prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing? I lift my eyes, the cloud grows thin. I see the blue above it, and day by day this pathway clears. Since first I learned to love it, peace of mind restores my soul, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine since I am loved. How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? Hey, thank you.
For collections, but anyway, so you're getting an early preview. It also does, let me see if I do something here. Let's see. Yes, they are very serious. Let's see. Right here? See what you guys are missing out there? Okay, let me turn. There we go. Okay. Today's announcements. Today is the first Sunday in December. So after service today, we plan to stay and enjoy the main dish and potluck with us. Tomorrow morning is our Divine Feminine Circle facilitated by licensed CSL practitioners Susie Ammons and Barbara Jean Yankee. This is a great group. If any of you women, ladies, other persons like to join them, it's a great group. And it's from 10 to 11:30 a.m. All are welcome. Next Sunday is our regular board meeting. beginning at 3 p.m. You're invited to join us and to observe how the board functions. And for further information, call Brother Mark or Reverend Carrie. Next week on Friday, December 17th at 6 p.m., we will be showing a special 70th anniversary full screening showing of the 1951 sci-fi movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Contact Phil Courtney for more information, or pick up a flyer. It's on the back of the table there. Or see Phil. Yeah, see Phil. Wow, okay. Area 51. The Center for Spiritual Living Team Camp will be held virtually January 14th through 16th. And the registration is only $50. Please pass the word to the teens that you know. For further information, call Brother Mark. Beginning a Sunday greeter and usher is a great way to serve, and you are needed. Please talk to Ed, Reverend Carrie, for more information. If you haven't yet done so, please complete the pledge form that is on the chair and place it in the offering basket. Pledges will give us a roadmap of constructing our budget for the coming year, and thank you for your support. Our minister and practitioners are available after service each Sunday for brief prayer or conversation. If you are watching on Facebook Live this morning, message us and we will connect with you. You're all invited to join after service today for, we already said potluck and fellowship. So thanks for joining us this morning. And thank you all who have connected with us this morning on Facebook and YouTube Live. Have a wonderful weekend. Much love.
I have 2 more announcements.
Oh, 2 more announcements.
Fix your ear.
Oh, my ear.
Okay, so 2 more announcements. I'm going to be teaching the Foundations of the Science of Mind class in January. It will likely be a Monday night, starting maybe the 3rd or 4th week of January. If you're interested, it's from 6 to 9 p.m. We may or may not include Zoom. So the first idea is to have it in the sanctuary, but if people are watching remotely and want to participate, let us know so we could have our technician David make contact. And if you're not sure what that's all about, Joe, you've taken it, right? Are you willing to speak to people about it? Okay, you could see Joe. I saw Holly here earlier. Holly's taken it maybe 5 times, maybe 7 times. You've taken it.
Yes.
So see us after service. It's a wonderful way to start the new year. It's also required for you to be of service and leadership or on the board that you've at least completed or are enrolled in the foundation course. And the second announcement is, and Reverend Carrie, we spoke about this, but we'll do more. Reverend Carrie's been leading amazing Let's Get Acquainted meetings so we can hear you. I think that the result is that during the time we were apart, people didn't necessarily feel heard. And so we'll be doing more of those Let's Get Acquainted circles, which are going to be an informal circle after service. And if in the new year, I want to say, start thinking of the questions you have about science and mind. We're going to have 3x5 cards on all the chairs. Just grab it, and we'll do a collection. And then during the message, we're going to bring them up. And if we can go through some of them, it'll be more immediate and more responsive to the exact needs of the people who are in the room. And watching remotely, you can do a message. That's my announcements.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brother Mark. I have one very special announcement. And this is for those who do believe in miracles, and this is for those who do not. Because after I share this message with you, you'll believe in miracles. And this is how God works. So in 2018, our center opened up a women's shelter. And we brought in women from the streets. And normally a shelter is you take care of them for the night, give them shelter, give them a meal, and then they go off the next day. Our center chose to do something very different. We chose, it was very difficult to start putting people out in the rain, and and then after the event was over on March, to just have them go back on the street. So we selected some women that were in need and to be cared for, and one of them was Miss Curry. She was 71 years old. She was on the streets that we know of for probably 7 years. She had a form of dementia. And so our center took a very unique responsibility, and we cared for Anne, and we went through the network, and we got her placed in a memory center in Mentone. So that way she would live the rest of her life protected and in comfort. And we tried to find her family members, and we couldn't. And she would tell us about her sons, and just very fragmented, but with Anne it was very difficult. But the beauty of it is 30 days ago we received an email from a person in Texas saying, we believe this is my aunt. And we've had people do that, and we found out that they were not legitimate, so we were very cautious. And I took the special responsibility of kind of being her guardian, where I had to sign for things and, make decisions. It was, she wasn't a family member, but Anne didn't have anyone. So long story short, on December 15th, her 3 brothers and her niece are going to come here and see her for the first time in 12 years. And they sent me a lineage and pictures of Anne when she was younger, and they thought she had long passed. And it was because of when we were trying to find Anne, and she would just rock around, and we would lose her, and we have to go find her. And so one time we had to do an APB, and we gave the picture of a police, because she had nothing. We didn't even know until we got the right driver's license, we didn't even know if that was her real name or not. But that just happened to be posted. And so when her niece was doing this genealogy tracing, she found this APB picture of her on the internet. And so for those of you who don't believe in miracles, that is a miracle. That is something that, she has a beautiful family. She is a sibling of 8. And besides her, there's only 3 left. So, she comes from a beautiful family from Oklahoma and Texas. So we're going to have just a little brief, greeting. Anne can't be released from the facility yet because of COVID issues. But they are going to see her, through plexiglass right now. And then I'm going to transfer all of the responsibility over to the family. But we're going to have a little celebration here on the 15th. And if anyone wants to know, we'll put it on our weekly newsletter. This is so special for someone to reconnect after 12 years. And this is a grace of God. And thank God that there are centers like us that are willing to go the extra mile for people that we don't know, but we know in our heart they deserve that opportunity and that protection. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. This is beautiful. So thank you all for participating in this.
Wow, that is really wonderful news. Thank you, Ed, and thank you for all that you have done, and so many others of you have done with the women's shelter. It is now time for our offering, And this is the time that we get to love this center with our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. And what this does is this opens up the law of circulation, because what we give out, we receive back. And as you give, I invite you to think about practicing the presence and thinking about where all of those dollars are being used throughout this center and in the community. If you're watching online, or if you don't have the money with you today, you can go to our website, CSLRedlands.org, scroll down to the donate page, and see all of the options that there are to donate to our center. And if you're watching on Facebook Live this morning, you'll see a donate button on that page as well. And so we're going to say our offering affirmation. And also we do take credit cards. So David will be around with the credit card scanner thing. All right. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me abundantly. And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. So grateful. I am so blessed. So grateful. I am so blessed.
And as our ushers come forward, we take a moment to bless these gifts and to bless each one of us, those who have given of our heart, our love, our time, our talent, our treasure. We know that as we give, we receive. And more importantly, we know that as we give to this center, we are giving to the idea that we can make a world that works for all. And I know that the funds that we receive here go forward to do their perfect work in the world, just as we do every day. So we give thanks for all that has been given, and we give thanks for all that we receive from this gift. So I give thanks for it all, and we simply acknowledge it and bless it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, gentlemen. I have one more announcement. We are just full of information this morning. One more announcement that is very important. We are going to have our annual congregational meeting on January 30th. It's the last Sunday in January, and it will be held after service. So we'll be able to come to service and enjoy that, and then there'll be our annual meeting. And what that does is it lets you know how our church is doing and what our steps are for the coming year. So I really encourage you to put that on your calendar so that you can be here for that. Excuse me. And also, I want to let you know that the foundation class that Brother Mark is going to be teaching is fabulous. It's a wonderful way to learn the basics of this philosophy. So that's the class you want to take if you're new to us, or if you've been around for a while and just want to take it again, because you're a different person than you were when you took it before, and you'll learn something new every time. All right, so now, excuse me, goodness. Now I want to go into our closing healing prayer, which apparently I need. So we're going to take this time now to just close our outer eyes and open wide those inner spiritual eyes so that we can realize the presence of God. The presence of God that is everywhere present within us. It is around us. It expresses through and as us. The presence of God is that divine, infinite love, that unconditional, infinite love that is everywhere present throughout the universe. It has created every life, every form of life, all things seen and all things unseen. This presence that is God, that is the infinite life, the divine mind of the universe, has created each one of us from its image and likeness. And I know that each one of us is an infinite blessing to all around us. I know for each of us that we move forward from this time together today with a new awareness of the presence of God that we are and that everyone else is. We move forward from this time today into our future with a greater knowing, with a greater understanding that there is only love, there is only the divine, there's only that life that has created all there is. And I know this life has created that tickle in my throat. Oh, thank you. It has created that water. Oh, yes. So I know for each one of us that we are a blessing to our world, collectively and individually. I know this center is a blessing to this community of Redlands. It is a blessing to everyone that passes by it, to everyone who even brings it into mind. And I know that this is a healing place, a place where we come to find that wholeness that is already within us, that is simply waiting for revelation to be revealed to us, that we are whole and perfect and complete on every level. How beautiful it is to know that we are blessed with perfection. At the center of every cell of our being, there is perfection. And that perfection shines its light throughout our being. And it shines outward and away from us to help ignite the lights within others. I know that everyone for whom we are concerned, there is healing taking place right now in this moment. No matter how that healing looks, it is perfect, it is whole, it is complete. I bring into this awareness and into this consciousness all of those who are on our prayer list. And I certainly bring into this consciousness our most beautiful Reverend Dr. Ruth Wilkerson, knowing that she is that infinite presence as she lives and moves and has her being in God. I know that all of the principles that she has taught each of us through the years are working on her behalf, allowing her to do what is perfect for her at this time. I know that her memory is clear. The light in her eyes continues to shine. And I know that her physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health is absolutely perfect and whole. I know this truth for everyone for whom we are concerned, for every person in our life that we know that might need this healing prayer. It is true for them right now. And I speak my word for all of those who've recently made their transition into that next beautiful dimension, into that third balcony. And I know that the light of the infinite shines through them even from there. And I give thanks for their presence in our lives. And I give thanks that they are continuing to be present in our life, even though we can't see them. So grateful, so grateful. So I give thanks for all of these words that I have spoken, because I know that the creative life that is God is already doing its perfect work on these words, and every manifestation is already in place right here and right now. And so I release these words into that creative life that is the law of the universe. I release it with gratitude and thanksgiving, knowing it is already done. And so I simply allow it to be, and we can anchor it together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Namaste.
Okay, we're going to close with a responsorial, which means we'll sing a line and then you answer back.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy.
That's how it goes. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way. You can sing
Oh,
along.
let me learn from all the ways I fail.
Let me learn from all the ways I failed.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh,
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
oh, let me serve Yankee on the keyboards, Tony Barbarotta on the drums.
Gillian
Truly.
Carver.
I'll be back next week. And we got pizza in the back, so grab some pizza.